I'm Sara Whyman.
And I'm Phil Whyman.
Between us, we have investigated countless locations in our search for proof of the paranormal.
We are invited to question the unexplained, to uncover what may be lurking in the shadows. With many reported hauntings throughout the UK, no two investigations are the same. Now, together with a team of experienced investigators, we continue to seek evidence to prove whether a haunting can be validated or not.
From a selection of cases we each receive, we will come together to pick the most interesting and ask the question:
Are you haunted?
So this time I'm bringing a haunted road to the table. I drive up this road every morning in the dark.
So today I'm bringing to the table a haunted workplace, administration block, dodgy footsteps, all sorts of noises when there's no one else in the building.
Okay, so this time I'm bringing something very different to the table, a haunted antique centre. So not only is it the building that's haunted, also the artefacts.
Right, here we are again, gathered in front of three venues. Who wants to investigate what? Sarah?
Me first.
You first.
What we got? Haunted Road, antiques. I'm definitely going for the antique centre. I think not just the fact that it's the building, it's the things inside it as well. So.
Okay, so that's one for the antiques. Jane?
I'm going to disagree. I would like to go for the haunted road, please.
Okay, that's different, I suppose. All right, so 1-0. Tim?
I was going to say haunted workplace. Interesting, yes.
Okay, this is going to be close. One apiece. Dale?
The antique centre, as Sarah said, it's not just the location that's haunted, it's the haunted antiques centre. It's the antiques within the building that are haunted themselves,
Okay.
which makes it so much more interesting. You're not just investigating
So you
the
go for that
building.
one, Dale?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Johnny, go on. Ben?
I think I want to go for the antiques as well.
You're going to go for the antiques as well. So, decision is all mine then. I like the haunted road. Not too sure about the haunted workplace. I do like the haunted antiques, so I'm going to go for the haunted antiques. Which means that the haunted antiques has actually won. Who bought the haunted antiques centre?
Oh, funny that.
Dale.
That's a surprise.
No wonder you carried on. Looks like we're going to spend the evening at a haunted antique centre. Dale's venue takes the Are You Haunted team to Hinckley, Leicestershire, to the Haunted Antique Centre. We caught up with team member Sharon for more information.
I'm Sharon. I'm a team member here at the Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre here in Hinckley in Leicestershire. The place is owned by Neil Packer. We are all paranormal investigators, so we all got together. We knew Neil via venues initially, and he had a theory that items held energy or potentially could be haunted, and he wanted to put that theory to the test, and so we all came together to help him out with that theory.
With many unusual items all supposedly haunted, would the team experience anything during our investigation?
The research centre opened in February 2018. We opened to the public on Saturdays, and teams, also paranormal teams, are allowed to come in and investigate. The building itself in its own right is actually haunted. We came in before we brought the items in and investigated it ourselves, and we had the equipment we had with us was the SLS camera, and it picked up on quite a few spirits. And then we brought the items in and they added to the energies in the building. Since we've been here, no 2 days or 2 nights are ever the same. They're different every time. I think it's because the building itself is like an onion, because it's been here many years, and also with the items regularly being brought in, we're not saying they're haunted, but they do hold some energies, and you can definitely tell the energies change when they're brought in. The most memorable incidents that we have here is the wheelchair. You quite often find stick person sat in the wheelchair. Also, here in the seance room, I've been here on my own and I've put the SLS on, and on the screen behind me, the stick man is standing right behind me, which is quite disconcerting really. But you take a deep breath, turn around and say hi, and then you walk out. You will also find there's a big dark shadow at the top of the stairs, and at the bottom of the stairs people quite often say there isn't a very nice energy down there. We also feel that, and most men that do alone vigils quite often come running up out from there, so it's quite interesting.
Okay, Dale, this is your venue. Interesting building. We like it so far. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, first of all, welcome to the Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre here in Hinckley, Leicestershire. It is an absolutely fantastic building. Reputedly very haunted. There are a couple of known spirits here from various different sources. As well as all the different things that are here, the equipment and antiques that are here that have their own energies. And again, with previous investigations from different groups, things have happened.
What kind of thing happened?
Just behind me on the table there's a little doll called Bob, who apparently likes moving around.
Bob the Clown.
Bob the Clown.
Bob the Clown.
Yes. He likes moving around on his own.
Okay. Great, because we all love clowns, don't we?
You don't.
Also, just down the corridor there's a stairwell. There is a known dark entity down at the bottom of the stairs. Makes men more than women feel very uncomfortable. So that's one definitely to look at.
So we won't be sending Tim down there then?
No. And something that's already happened tonight while setting up is, again, further down the corridor there are a couple of stuffed toys on the shelves. One keeps falling onto the floor, the other keeps looking at Ben.
So you were taking apart the cameras from in there from after the interview, and I was taking the tripod out, walking out of it to put it back in the bag. And as I came out here, I looked at the donkey, and it was looking directly at me, and I just thought it was like that naturally. So I kept walking, and I heard like a sound from over there, like it moved. So I looked back, and it was looking straight forward. So I didn't see it move, but I know it has moved because it was looking at me both times.
Did it freak you out?
Yeah.
So this thing here?
Yeah. What's it biting out?
So it was like that?
It was more like, more.
More?
All the way.
Like that?
Yeah, like it was back against the wall though.
Like that?
Kind of like that, but I could see the eye.
Right.
So I walked over here with the tripod, and then I heard like a sound, so I kind of looked back, and it was looking directly like at me.
What, like that?
Yeah, like that. So it was kind of like it was following me.
Oh, so it kind of, you think it moved like that then, or something?
It might have done, I don't know, but I definitely heard it. It sounded like a quick movement.
But it was like that when we came and looked at it.
Right, do me a favour, go back in the room, yeah? And then come out as if you're just retracing your steps, yeah? Glance that way, just in case it's not that you've sort of glanced and thought it's looking at me, and then...
I wasn't just glancing at it, I saw that it was like... I had a feeling when I looked over there, because the same thing jumped off before, so I just had a feeling that something was going to happen. And it was looking directly at me, but I didn't think much of it at the time, and then I kept moving and it moved.
It was this one that jumped off before?
Yeah, that one.
That one?
That one moved.
But it was the other one this time?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you found that on the floor, didn't you?
Yeah, it jumped after me.
It wasn't a clicking sound though from there, was it? From that
Well, that's
light?
not clipped since.
Right, okay.
And so I did hear like a clip coming from over there, or something.
Anyway, do what you want to say.
Yeah, try it. Just try it.
So I kind of walked out and I looked over there. And then I kept moving and I realised it looked at me, so I kind of had a little bit of an eye on it and looked back after I heard the sound. And then it flipped round.
Say what you will. Say what you will.
It's a donkey, I think it likes you.
And also, you've had something as well.
Oh yeah, a cat.
Yes.
Which we then found out is one of the things that's reported.
Yeah, apparently there are a couple of animal spirits here as well. A dog, you feel like a dog is leaning up against your leg. And a cat is
As
here.
long as that's all it's doing.
Just leaning.
Or anything
And you heard some sort of a cat noise, a meow of some sort.
Yeah, it was really loud as well as walking from that room through to there.
So there are things that we've already experienced tonight while we've been setting up. So what could happen throughout the evening is very exciting, I think.
Okay, so having had a quick look around and read on the walls, because there's so many things that I'm like looking now and I'm seeing stuff that I've not noticed before, but there's a couple of objects that are quite sinister, isn't there really? So
There are.
What can you tell us a little bit more about those?
In the top corner there's a medicine cabinet with some little vials of different, I say medicines, there are some poisons in there. Mercury, you told me about one.
Yeah, I noticed there's a little vial in there labelled aconite, and that's deadly poisonous.
There's so many things here.
A lot of Alistair Crowley stuff I've noticed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I noticed there's some bones. Them bones.
Yeah,
them
bones.
bones.
Victorian bones, which are probably from killers. It said when killers were died, they weren't
Executed.
buried. Executed. They weren't buried. They were used for tests and such like, and their bones were kept. And apparently these bones are from that, from one of those
bones?
experiences. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's like a death mask I see on there.
It is.
It is.
It is a death mask as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. So we've got loads of interesting.
Very sinister.
I mean, it's
very
not
sinister.
like a massive place,
No.
but it's just full of really macabre kind of objects, isn't it? So quite interesting, very interesting.
It makes it so interesting, yeah. And it's in such close proximity, everything around you. You look around it, pictures on the wall. Apparently the picture on the wall there, things happen. Quite an evil kind of
That's the
entity.
picture of the girl, isn't it?
Yeah, young girl. She doesn't look very happy, to be honest.
So
And it's all in such close proximity.
testing the theory about the haunted objects. There's been a lot just recently about haunted dolls in the press and things like that. So whether you believe it or not, there's plenty around us now, isn't there?
Yeah. So shall we hit the light switches and turn out the lights?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am at the top of the stairs, about to go down the stairs. I'm going to try and manoeuvre my way past this camera and not fall. There appears to be quite a few clowns on every step, and there are some creepy pictures. So apparently, coming down here, oh hello, that's me, I'm falling. It feels very uncomfortable for a male presence, so I don't really know how I'm going to make much of this, but I'm just going to take a seat next to me buddy. Let's call him Steve. Steve, the, what's he called? Clown. So we can't open the door. And as you look around, I've got clowns all around me and the camera's up there.
So is it a figure they've seen at the top and a presence felt at the bottom?
Yeah, apparently it's a figure that's been seen at the top, which is like a shadowy figure, and at the bottom is meant to be where whatever it is doesn't like men, so it makes men uneasy and come running. I think somebody came running up the stairs.
Right.
So we'll see how Ben fares, being just 15, checking this out on his own, being very brave.
Right, okay. So, I'm in the seance room at the far end of the building on my own, doing a lone vigil. Apparently it is reputedly very haunted in here. There is quite an active spirit in the far corner, over there where that clock is. I'm sat at the opposite side of the room at the moment. Pitch black. Just waiting for something to happen. See if anything does happen.
Tim and myself are in the room where Bob the clown is seen to move, so we're going to see what we can get here. How you feeling, Tim, alright?
Remarkably calm at second, it's okay. I don't know, I think some little bits are going to happen tonight, whether they can be explained or not, we will soon see. But yeah, good feeling about this one.
It is absolutely boiling, by the way. It's the middle of summer and it's the hottest day of the year so far.
Right, we have got night vision. Dale is screaming. I don't know why. Dale, you alright? Dale?
Yeah.
You alright?
Yeah.
Alright. He screamed. Yeah, he did.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, Dale's screaming already.
Here we go.
That's becoming quite popular now, actually, Dale screaming. We need to make a weekly instalment of the series. They can make like a montage of it of every time he screams.
We all thought that this was Dale, but as the following footage proves, this was not the case. Here are both clips from Ben's camera and Dale's camera, both showing the exact same point in time.
Right, we have got night vision. Dale is screaming. I don't know why. Dale, you alright? Dale? Yeah. You alright? Yeah. Alright.
Sounds room. Yeah. Yeah.
As you can see, Dale does not make a sound.
So, if we've got anybody that might be with us in this room, maybe you could move an object in here for us. There's plenty for you to rattle. There's some wind chimes. So, oh, what was that?
That's it. Oh. What was that? That's it. Oh. What was that? I don't know. Something over that way, wasn't it? Yeah.
So this is my first little vigil. Quite fitting for the building, considering I've had 2 things happen to me already, and they were not very fun. That's just at the top of the stairs, just down the corridor from where I am, so I'm not too far away. Specifically in the area that I'm in, this is just the bottom of the stairs. I don't really see why people come down here, because well, there is a door, but I can't open it, and I guess other people can. But apparently it makes people feel uncomfortable staying down here because of a bit of a presence for males. Like it affects males more than females apparently, so. But right now I feel quite calm, aside from sitting next to some clowns that I don't quite like. Well, I'm not too fussed about the clowns, honestly. Clowns are okay, let's see if I can get any. There's one. One on every step. And obviously behind me is the camera, so there, just checking I'm not falling down the stairs and crying or something. But yeah, I do think the location's quite interesting. Quite a lot's happened so far, and it just seems, you look around and you see like a new thing every time you turn, and it's like, oh, there's something there. Oh, what's this? It's like there's brand new stuff. It's crazy. So much. It's such a small space as well. It's just packed with all sorts. Let's just see if we can get anything happening in the silence, I guess. See the clown behind me now. Look at him. He's a bit slant at this one now. Which one is it you can see? That one, small one. Oh, he's sparkly. The one at the bottom is really sparkly compared to the rest. He's fabulous.
Is there anybody here? Perhaps somebody is here that moves Bob the Clown. Do you want to move him for us now? Okay, if there's any connection to this little girl in the picture, can you come and try and show yourself to us, please? Is there anybody here that wants to communicate with us? Can you give us a sound? Try and show yourself. Move something for us. Come on, Bob, you cheeky clown.
Come do some entertaining. You've got an audience.
Let's see you move those feet.
What was that? Did you hear that?
I don't know it. What was
Like
it?
a
I didn't get that one, I just picked it up.
What was that? What was that? Did you hear that?
I don't know it. What was
Like
it?
a
I didn't get that one, I just picked it up.
I'm getting nothing down here honestly right now.
Patience.
All good comes to those who wait, Mr. Ben. Just, if it does come to you, just be careful coming up the stairs at high speed.
All that's coming to me right now is a pain in the bum from these hard stairs, so.
Come on, Bob.
Tell him to ask out.
Ask out, Ben. Ask out.
Ask out, oh dear. I'm not normally good at this because I have no idea what to say like all the time, so this is gonna be fun. But if there's any spirits here that haunt some different objects or whatever and would like to make yourself known, then do so by, I don't know, tapping on the wall or whatever floats your boat, I guess. If you are the spirit that was throwing the doll at me and turning the doll or whatever, then do something. If you, is it just me that you like, or is it just that corner? Do I have to be in there? Make me know.
So of course, just to reiterate, this is the Antiques Paranormal Research Centre. You'll see the tablecloth moving. There is a fan on because it is very, very warm tonight. And around the building there are a lot of different kinds of Ouija boards. One here on the table. I'll give you a closer look at it if I can. So it gives you an idea of this.
Interestingly, when I walked out of that room earlier, and I kind of had a feeling when I had to check the doll that was on the side, the donkey, whatever it is. I don't know why, but I felt like I was being kind of drawn to look at it when I walked out. I guess it's because the thing fell off before, but I immediately walked out and I was staring at it, and that's how I knew that it was looking at me. So I was like, I wasn't looking before, or was it? I don't know, because I didn't really look up there. I wasn't paying attention in the past. So obviously I kept walking forward, and then heard the sound. I looked back and it was facing forward, so it clearly moved, which quite spooked me out. I swear I didn't scream, but yeah.
Gonna go for a walk. Just to let you know, guys, I'm in the witch's room. I am going to take the voodoo doll out of the glass dome, see what happens. Whoever holds this doll feels ill, poorly, headaches, sickness and such like, so I'm going to give it a go. I have the doll. Got it in my hands. Will anything happen to me?
Evil eyes, though, don't it? Look at that. That's got blue eyes. I hate these steps. Oh, there's one there as well. I didn't even see that one. Look at that. Fire hydrant. Try not to fall over. But it's very awkward to maneuver. Quite a few clowns, Christ. This person's got problems. I don't need my camera. Oh dear, that's dark. What was that? What was that? Something just moved. What was that? Okay. That was a weird sound, I don't know what that was. What was that? What was that? Something just... What was that? Something just moved. What was that? Okay. That was a weird sound, I don't know what that was.
Did any of these move? They look the same.
Get to the radio, Ben. What's going on?
Something moved.
What moved?
It sounded like something moved.
Something moved. I didn't see it move, but I heard something move. I don't know what it was.
They look the same.
Was it when you were sat down there, or when you come back up?
As I came back up, there's some clowns like on a thing behind the camera, and it just sounds like one of them moved. But I've looked, and they look exactly the same.
Were you recording on the camera?
Yeah.
So we should have picked it up then, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Where's the doll? That was the case. I've took it out. Whether I'll feel ill, I don't know. I don't at the moment. Will I? Who knows? Now, if there are any spirits in here, even witches that have passed on, and you don't like me touching this doll, this voodoo doll, come and tell me. Make me feel like I'm not meant to hold this doll. Make me feel uneasy. Give me a headache. Make me feel sick.
The donkey and the teddy.
Why do you think it's all been happening to you then?
Well, I was the first person, well, the only person that was in here alone, both times, I'm pretty sure. And obviously they're toys, and I'm younger, so that could be it.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think it's because you're the youngest out of us that... Because there's a lot of children's stuff, isn't there?
And also all this witchcraft stuff here.
Right, okay, I'm in the sales room at the minute, on my own. Thought I'd come and try one on my lonesome, being on my own, see if that makes a difference sort of in terms of psychology. I feel quite comfortable in here, if I'm honest. It is very dark, which I can only really tell when I turn off the night vision. But yeah, so far so good. There's a fan going in here, by the way, if you can hear some sort of noise in the background. And as I pan round, you can see there is a CCTV camera over there, which has got Phil and Tim currently watching. Okay, so I'll pan round. So this corner over here is supposed to be where there's sort of presence sort of felt in this room.
I do feel like I can, every so often I feel like I can hear something moving behind me.
What sort of noise are you hearing?
Just like the soft, like little, like, if you were to rub on carpet kind of thing, just soft.
Could it be an animal?
It's not quick, it's
Right.
just a little, like, drag. But obviously, because this is like a cover or whatever. I don't know.
Outside?
Well, it's like a cover or something, so I guess something might move across it or whatever. I was half expecting something to drop on me.
That'd be good. In a nice way, obviously.
Good for the recording, not very good for it.
So I'm in the, what do we call it, the main room. Most of the artefacts are in here, such as the death mask in the corner, the medicine cabinet with various poisons in there, which is extremely dangerous, but apparently some energy with that. I'm sat in a very old vintage wheelchair. Behind me, very old bike, police helmet. uniforms, pictures now pointing into that corner. That picture just there is of a little girl. Apparently she's very active.
See where I can sit. Sort of weird noise that I've just heard then. See where I can sit. See where I can sit. The sort of noise that I've just heard, it sounds like the only thing I can think about it resembling is when my dog snores. Very random.
There it was even. Sara shop somewhere down here, but
Yeah, it's
if you open the blinds in here, there's foam. There's actual foam behind there, the thick foam. So.
What we didn't notice at the time, if you listen carefully, is what distinctly sounds like a cat.
If you open the blinds in here, there's foam. There's actual foam behind there, the thick foam, so you have to move. If you open the blinds in here, there's foam. There's actual foam behind there, the thick foam, so you have to move all of it out of me. I've never seen that.
I don't want to look at it.
You don't want to look at it?
Because before I wasn't looking at it. Both times when things happened, I wasn't looking, kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, I walked out, I looked at it when I was there, walked across, and then heard the sound when I was about there. Took an extra step, turned around. I saw the head had moved.
See that squeaking noise then?
Yeah, walked across, and then heard the sound when I was about there. Took an extra step, turned around. I saw the head had moved. Extra step, turned around. I saw the head had moved.
I just wondered if it were where your mum is. It sounded like, somebody pushing something across her.
Yeah.
This building. Are you connected to the building itself? That door keeps open. Jane?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you still in the room next to me?
Yes.
Are you leaning against the door?
No, I'm sat on the step at the opposite side near the corridor under the camera.
So nobody's next to the door?
No.
It keeps opening.
Do you want me to check the catch? Oh, and will.
Okay, thank you.
George, what?
Is there a handle?
There's a little flick.
Does it shut properly when you do it, or is it just like a loose?
There's something in the way.
The door doesn't fit properly. It's like got a gap at the bottom and goes to more flush at the top.
Alright.
Well, hello there. I am in the seance room at the Haunted Antiques and Paranormal Research Centre in Hinckley, Leicestershire. And I'm just about to start a vigil. Wave, Tim.
There we are. Just looking at the toys that like to move on their own.
If there's anyone in here with me, please give me an indication that you are here. Can you move something for me? Make a sound.
Who's that?
just make a bang?
Yeah, I think so. Who's that?
Somebody just make a bang?
Yeah, I think so. Who's opening and closing doors?
Did you hear the thud? Nobody, but I just...
Sara heard a thud.
Yeah, there was like a creaky door hinge, all squeaky, and then a thud.
Definitely not us.
Okay, it wasn't Phil because he was asking me as soon as he heard it.
Okay.
Did someone just make a yawning sound? Did someone just make a yawning sound?
I yawned, but I didn't make a sound from it, and I don't think you'd heard it from where you are, Phil.
Someone just make a yawning sound? Did you make a sound when you yawned?
No, not really.
Do it again then.
Can't force myself to yawn.
To say, did you hear that?
I didn't make a sound when I yawned, as if you just opened my mouth. Maybe a ghosties need an early night. God.
Oh my goodness.
Bennett, who's that?
Have you just opened that door?
No, it's gone on its own, gave me a bloody heart attack, man.
It could be, let me jump.
I thought one of you two were coming in.
What?
I thought one of you was coming in.
No.
There was a door between Tim and us that I just
Door's
opened
just
on its
gone
own.
in.
Oh my goodness.
Bennett, who's that?
Have you just opened that door?
No, it's gone on its own, gave me a bloody heart attack.
It could be, let me jump.
God. Bennett, who's that?
Have you just opened that door?
No, it's gone on its own, gave me a bloody heart attack, man. I thought one of you two were coming in.
What?
I thought one of you was coming in. Oh. Door's just gone here.
Right guys, here we are again, reviewing the footage, this time from the Haunted Antique Centre in Hinckley, Leicestershire. Over to Sarah.
And it was your venue, Dale.
It was,
So, an interesting night that we had. And do you know what? As always, we seem to get something that happened again before we actually had the cameras rolling.
Yeah.
And it was your turn, Ben. And I remember I'd gone off, I think it was something to find the loo or something like that. And I just heard this, oh my God, and it was you. And I'm like, what's going on? And I came out and this is what happened. So we've got a clip of you explaining.
So you were taking apart the cameras from in there from after the interview, and I was taking the tripod out, walking out of it to put it back in the bag. And as I came out here, I looked at the donkey, and it was looking directly at me, and I just thought it was like that naturally. So I kept walking, and I heard like a sound from over there, like it moved. So I looked back, and it was looking straight forward. So I didn't see it move, but I know it has moved because it was looking at me both times.
And as you can see, I've labelled that clip Ben Creepy Donkey.
There's a sentence you don't hear very often.
But if you remember, at some point, again, it was near the beginning of the night, it fell off as well,
Well, it was
didn't
the other
it?
day. There was two of them. The other one fell off.
Yeah, was it the other one that fell? I know that one
it
of them
wasn't the
fell.
donkey that fell off, it was the one to the right of it, I think, if I remember rightly. that
Sat together,
kept
weren't
falling
they?
off.
So come on then, explain what happened.
So we just did the interview, and I was completely roasting. So I just wanted to get out there as quick as possible, taking equipment out, and I look over to my right, and it's just. I look over and I remember specifically the donkey was staring directly at me. I remember from before that, it was looking forward because we already sorted out the other one to put it back on. So I was like, okay, maybe someone's moved it or whatever. So I kept walking, and as I went into like the hallway to go to the next room, I heard it something like whip behind me. So I'm guessing that was it. So I looked back like, what was that sound? And it was staring right at me again.
So it kind of followed you as you walked out?
It's not so much it followed me. It kind of looked one way and then went shh and looked at me again.
Stuff nightmares.
It really is. And do you know what? That's what this place is about. The Haunted Antique Centre isn't just about the fact that the building's supposedly haunted. It's about
the artefacts.
the objects
in there.
inside as well.
Yeah.
So
The other thing actually did follow me, didn't it? Because I was doing something with tripods underneath it and then the other one fell on top of me.
I can't remember.
Just about 10 minutes
Did it?
before that.
Jumped
Yeah,
onto
it did.
it.
I remember.
Was it like that?
Oh my word.
Creepy stuff.
Okay.
Creepy stuff.
So again, off to a fantastic start. So next clip then. Okay. Now Dale,
Yes.
you're getting a little bit of a reputation,
I think I am. I don't know how though.
and it's for screaming.
Yes.
So we've got this on 2 cameras. This is a really, really strange event that took place.
Yeah.
Ben heard you scream, so I'm going to play this clip to start off with.
Right, we have got night vision. Dale is screaming. I don't know why.
Okay, so there you are. Ben hears you scream.
This is such a weird incident.
It's so strange.
The weirdest thing is it's the exact same volume as when he speaks back to me.
Listening.
Yeah.
So this is from your camera, because you were on your own in the other room.
Yes, I was.
So this is the same
At the
period
very
of
same
time.
moment.
And here we go.
Bush's room, which leads into the seance room.
Yeah. 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 Didn't scream.
You didn't scream.
For once, I didn't scream.
Didn't scream.
We are fine.
I can't work
I know
out.
It was.
No, it was. I'd say myself, that was me. I would say that was me screaming.
Ben obviously thought it was you.
Yeah.
Until
I thought it was him.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all laughing
But-
as it goes again.
There's Dale screaming again.
But me on camera, on my own camera,
There's nothing
confirms I wasn't.
You can quite clearly hear Ben shouting through to you. Dale, are you alright?
Yeah.
It's just weird how you don't pick it up because it comes from your direction.
That's the other
And my
thing.
camera doesn't pick it up.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. You can't hear it on your camera.
That's really weird.
I can't work it out.
No.
It sounded, I would have said, in a blind test, I would have said that was Dale
Yeah.
making that
Oh,
noise.
I myself would have said that.
If you've seen some of the other episodes, you'd have probably heard Dale make a similar kind of,
Yeah.
and it sounded exactly like that.
I will admit that is my scream.
But it's not on your camera, it's on Ben's camera. We all think it's you flipping out at something.
But my camera, it wasn't on. I didn't scream.
I
didn't know until right now that wasn't him.
It's really, really
That is-
strange.
Oh dear.
That is
Isn't it?
really weird.
I think something that is strange is that that's basically the same area as where the dolls were. The little donkeys kind
Yes,
of
it is, yeah.
So same sound were coming from the same area.
You think it's a donkey?
I don't know. You do
Donkey's
sound
got something against you.
You sound a bit like a donkey.
I sound like a donkey.
The best
There's
thing
something
is-
else about me about like a
best thing
donkey
is
as well.
there's 2 cameras at the same time recording and we got both bits of footage.
Anyway, moving on to the next clip.
Did someone just make a yawning sound? I was in that room on my own, obviously with the camera doing some bits and pieces, and what I heard was a distinct sound of somebody going, like the yawning, you know, like bag puss. And I thought, what the hell was that? And it came from the kind of right hand side of me. But obviously I had to ask you guys to see if any of you'd made a noise, and you hadn't done.
Yeah.
So I ain't got a clue where that come from.
Strange one.
Yeah.
Very
It's just
strange.
the whole place was full of strange noises to a certain extent.
Yeah. Right, okay, Ben, at the start of the night, you actually went on your own and sat on this little staircase that went down. Can you remember you made friends with a few of the clowns that were sat on the stairs?
I gave them names.
You did?
Make much of this, but I'm just going to take a seat next to me buddy. Let's call him Steve. Steve, the what's he called? Clown.
You did. You had quite a little thing going on, conversation going on with the clowns. I think you've come back up to the top of the stairs, and well, I'm going to play the clip, and then you can tell us all about it.
What was that? What was that? Something just moved. What was that?
Quite simple.
Remember?
Yeah, quite clearly actually.
Yeah.
It definitely came from that corner where I was just looking, so I kind of looked away to glance down, look down below the stairs, and then immediately, like the moment I did that, obviously, heard the sound.
It sounds like something scraping to me.
Yeah.
Just sounds scrapey, yeah.
Like you're taking a lid off a jar or something, that kind of a noise.
Yeah.
Nothing there appears to have moved.
Quite a distinct sound, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's quite loud. Quite a loud sound.
Yeah.
Okay, and the final clip that I've got, and you know me, I like to save the best for the last. This is when me and you, Jane, we were in the room where Bob the Clown lives. Mm-hmm. Tim, you were actually in the same place as where Ben's just been.
Yes, yeah.
Let's play the clip. Now, there's two clips here. There's one from our camera, and then the second clip is from yours.
All right.
It's like a psychological thing. Oh my goodness.
Benny, who's that?
Have you just opened that door?
No, it's gone on its own. Bloody heart attack.
It could be, made me jump.
That door between.
Good.
Benny, who's that?
Have you just opened that door?
No, it's gone on its own. Gave me bloody heart attack, man.
How cool was that?
I'd forgotten about that.
Had you? Yeah.
I had
Brilliant.
too, but the memories are coming flooding back.
I love your reaction.
Good.
Who's Gordon Bennett? Is he one of the team? Yeah, he seems to be there every time that we do some work.
Imagine how it mates of mine and many other people.
I just love the way the door opens and goes, oi, who's that?
How dare you?
Get out. For God's sake. No, I do remember it. I'm just thinking probably what they were thinking about me. I was thinking it was Sara or Jane, what they're doing. And they're probably thinking, what's Tim doing?
You can see there is
but,
not
yeah, again, both cameras, 2 bits of footage, there it is. And I was like,
And
yeah, that was brilliant. Just made me jump, basically. That's what were you doing?
And it's one of those doors that you have to turn it and shove it in, and it clicks shut, so you knew it was closed.
You've already mentioned, Ben, that night it was roasting. It was such a warm night, wasn't it? It was. I mean, now it's in comparison, it's really cold, but back then when we filmed that, it was very warm. There was no breeze or anything coming from anywhere that could have had that draft to open the door. So excellent. We got it on 2 cameras, and I think that was a good sort of capture that we got there. Okay, so it's conclusion time. So based on our night at the Haunted Antiques Centre in Hinckley, what do we all think? Do we think it's haunted? Tim?
I'd like to say, I'm not going to do this quick, but I'd like to say yes. Definitely the last clip there, I remember vividly now, and the sound of the possible kitty, the dodgy thing with Ben's doll. Yeah, I'd like to think it's possibly haunted. Yeah.
So I think the question really should be as well, do we think that it's the building that is, or do we believe that it's the objects in there?
I'd like to think there's a mix of both. Definitely, like the last click, possibly a building, and you know, like the little noises here and there, like Phil's yawn, you know.
Yeah.
Possibly someone else or something else.
What do you think?
I was just thinking the same thing actually, whether it's the actual building or whether it's probably perhaps some of the oddities and things that are in that building itself. When you look at the door opening and the Ben's experience with the creepy donkey and the clowns and whatnot, I think there is something there. I don't know whether it's the building or whether it's the antiques and the bits and pieces there though, but I think there is something going on.
Okay. Jane?
Yeah, I'm just sat here thinking about it because once again there's more seems to have happened than I remember originally. There were a couple of antiquities there that I was hoping were going to put on a show that are famed for doing it when we didn't get anything from those, so that was a little bit of a disappointment.
Bob the Clown was a bit quiet on that night.
He was.
He didn't perform, did he? Bless him.
No, but there was the shadow that was nearby.
So some little bits that we did try and debunk at the time, so there's no answer for them. So yeah, I think once again, there's certain things in certain areas have got something going on in them.
Yeah. So Dale, what do you think?
Obviously, it was my venue that I brought to the table, and it certainly didn't disappoint. Whether it's the venue itself or the antiquities, I'm not sure. I can't put my finger on it. But there were certainly a number of things that happened that were absolutely brilliant, to be honest, absolutely fantastic. One, at the end, those doors on two different cameras. I don't think anybody can explain that. As Jane said, it's on a latch that it has to click closed. So how it opened, I don't know. But the thing for me was that scream. The non-scream that I didn't scream. Screamed. The scream that I didn't scream. Ben heard it really clearly, and obviously he thought it was me. Everyone says it sounds like me. I say it sounds like me. But the cameras prove it wasn't.
It wasn't you.
So that to me is weird.
Bloody freaky.
Yeah. So because of that, to me, I say yes, it is haunted.
Okay. Come on then, Ben, what do you think? Do we need to ask you?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Well, I would say, I reckon it's multiple kind of spirits in there. I think some of the antiques do different things, and I feel like the building itself does have some certain, to it.
Je ne sais quoi.
But like, the yawn didn't really come from anything. The scream didn't really come from anything, and the door itself was part of the building, not an antique. Whereas the dolls, obviously antiques. So I think it's a mixture of both, and I think it definitely is haunted, especially when, obviously, like the sounds and then the antique actually falling and then looking at me, because I can still see, like I can still play it out in my mind as I'm walking out that doorway and hearing the sound as well. So I've got to say, definitely think it is.
It's a yes from you then. Okay, well for me, again, another really interesting night. Again, another place that I really enjoyed doing. It was very different to the kind of things that we've done before. There'd been a lot of sort of objects and haunted dolls and everything kicking around in the press just lately as well. So when we did it, that for me was quite interesting. Just looking at all the different artifacts that were in there. I'm more inclined, I have to say, to think that it's the objects that have something about them rather than the actual place itself. Take them away, would we get anything? I don't know. But your scream.
My non-scream.
Ben, with your little donkey and the noises that you got, and of course the capture that we got on the both cameras for the stairs. You know, I think that there is something going on there, but I'm more inclined to say that it's what's inside.
It's the
rather than
building.
yeah.